Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Terrence Ray. I'm back at you with another weekly stock market update. This week, much gonna be, in my opinion, it's gonna be similar to last week. The expected move for the SPX is about the same. For the week ending on July 10th, we have an expected move of $77.68. Excuse me. I think the expected move for last week was right around the same thing. I think it was like 74, 75. If you guys go back and check last week's video, it's similar. But I do know that we kind of stayed in this range. So here would have been, this would have been Monday, uh, Tuesday, and then Wednesday was New Year. So this would have been Thursday and Friday. And you can see here's the range. So we just stayed range bound and we stayed between. I know it came down here because I was watching, and the expected move for the downside was right around in here, and it pulled back in. That acted as support, and we came back into this range. So here we are again with a range here. Now, we ended on Friday with a nice green candle coming up into this gap right here. Now, I'm not, yeah, we got another gap here. Now, I'm not saying that we can't, what direction we're going to go. I actually, this is what I think we're going to have happen. Inauguration is literally 15 days out from today. So I think that we're going to be range bound until then. That's what I think. Now, I could be wrong. Now, also, you say, well, what does it matter what you, it really doesn't matter what a trader thinks, to be honest with you. What you want to know is what is his delta? And we're going to talk about deltas today. And you say, well, what is delta? Delta is basically, like, I'm going to show you. So far, last week, I only put on 2 trades. So here are the 2 trades that I have on. I have on a put spread in NVIDIA. And I will show you, I am short the 135 and long the 130. So this is a $5 put spread. It's currently up like 20 bucks. And I have sold a put in U. I think I did this I don't know if it was Monday or Tuesday, but right here I sold a put, and if we go look at the right here, you see I'm short. I sold the 22 strike. Right now it's at a 31 delta. Now if you go look at my positions, that put has a delta of 31 delta, right? So if we go look at it, here go the delta 31. That means that, and I have positive 31 deltas. So that means that's a bullish trade. NVIDIA, that put spread has a delta where it says ETF delta of 8. That means that's a bullet. That's equivalent to me owning 8 shares of Delta, and it's a bullish trade. So I have on 2 bullish trades. So if you were to ask me my opinion of the market, I could say, well, you'll have some traders say, especially on TV, keep in mind this on TV, and they say, well, I think that coming up, it's gonna go down. We got earning seasons, yada yada yada. Well, if you think it's gonna go down, then you should have short positions to represent what you think. A lot of times people just talking out of their behind. Ask them what their deltas are, and they should be able to tell you. And that lets you know that I have 2 bullish trades on. So at least in these particular stocks, I'm bullish. Now, if the market was to sell off and I got a sell off, how would I handle that? More than likely, I would come in and get short on the index, like on the SPY or the Qs or something like that, to balance this out and manage. That's when you start getting into managing a portfolio. The more positions you have, and the more managing you'll do, as opposed to just dealing with individual positions. And that's one of the things I want to try to show you guys um, how to do. And you can do it with a relatively small account. You don't need huge funds to be able to watch what I'm doing and take trades at your own risk, right? I'm not telling anybody to take any of these trades. I'm just showing you how to read a portfolio or to really tell if someone is telling the truth, if they really know what they're talking about. You know, whether they're right or wrong, whatever their deltas are on their positions, that tells you what their opinion is, right? If they have bullish deltas, then they're a bull. So right now, no matter what I say, I'm a bull in this market. With that being said, let's go look at um some how did I arrive at this position? Now I'm always ready to switch it up if I have to. Now one of the things that so we were looking at the SPX, and in the SPX we see we got this range of about 70 bucks, and we can see we broke out of here and then we chopping. Now we could very easily get some news and then we just tear off to the downside. Automatically, I'm letting you guys know if I get something else like that, let's say this market turns and it looks like it's going to break below, more than likely, I'm going to sell a call spread or throw an iron condor on or something like that to sell some more premium. That's more than likely how I'll handle it. And I'll do that. I'll try to, if the, just depending on when it happens, I may make sure you're following my YouTube channel, and I'll post the trade out in the community notes just so you guys can see. Just trying to be a little transparent this year. We're gonna see. You'll be able to see what I do with this account this year. All right. Now let's go to something I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna go to sectors, market indices, excuse me, and then we're gonna go over to S&P 100. Now I'm looking at the S&P 100. I'm gonna put this in change. So I'm putting the largest movers near the top. These are the top 100 stocks that make up the S&P 500. So if the SPY was up, which it was on Friday, then I want to look at the stocks that were moving up as we got this big green candlestick. Let's look at Tesla. We should see, meaning, let me explain. So like if the S&P 500 is going up, I wouldn't be looking for something to short, if that makes any sense. If I'm looking over here at my futures and the S&P 500 futures are up, the Nasdaq futures are up, Dow futures are up, Russell futures are up, everything is up. And then I wouldn't be coming over here looking to get short, not me. Now you have some people that would say, well, I want to be a contrarian. Not necessarily on the up day. Maybe once I feel like it's reached the top. But this is a big green candle. This candle could do a lot of damage coming in the next week. It could just build off of it. So with Tesla, I actually think we're like, after we hit this high, we may get a little chop around sideways before it goes higher. I do think that it'll go higher again and make it up here to 500. However, I have no idea when it's going to do that. Now, keep in mind, we do have earnings coming up in Tesla on January 22nd. So I would be very weary of placing new trades in Tesla and holding them through earnings unless you've already been in them here. Um, Especially option trades. If you're holding shares and you're patient and you're like, hey, I'm just gonna hold it till it gets to wherever, then so be it. But I would still would be cautious as to opening like new trades in Tesla. Let's go down to Thermo Fisher. Now Thermo Fisher, I like this setup right here. And just because you can see, if we looking down here, you can see this little range right here, right? So it had a little range here, popped higher, traded in a range here, and you can see it looks like we're getting ready to go a little higher here to maybe take this high out at 542 possibly. So that's another 10 bucks to the upside on Thermo Fisher. The only you see how this candlestick kind of looks like the candlestick in the SPY, which kind of looks like the candlestick in Tesla. So all we did, we had an up day and we could see. So what I would do on an up day, I would be looking for stocks that have nice bullish setups in them to possibly get long. Now this one doesn't. This is a Harami. And a lot of times this is a nice candlestick pattern that I look for when you have something like this. This is Intuit. So more than likely I'll be watching this one on Monday morning to see what happens here. When you get these type of moves, then on intraday, excuse me, these types of candlestick patterns, you see how it gapped up and it's got a little range right here. You can see something pop here on Monday, little gap and go. Could go the other way too, but with it already being down here, I would expect to see something like we already got the gap. We might just get to go. Let's look at Costco. Costco actually looks, but Costco has been coming down, right? So we can see it accelerated to the downside. Now I'm just using the MACD to show, it accelerating down here, and we can see we're almost due for a pop somewhere right around in here, and we may be getting it right around, maybe something to the upside to here, and then it could continue to go a little lower, right? Let's look at Nvidia. Now, Nvidia, I absolutely love this setup. It's continuing to accelerate to the upside. We only got a 59 on the RSI, so we got plenty of room to run. We look at the RSI down here. You even got like something similar to like a little bull flag on the RSI, and you can see the MACD right here. So I like this. You got a gap on Friday and a nice green candlestick, which you can see why I sold the put spread. I could see this making new highs in Nvidia. We'll see. We have earnings in Nvidia on February 19th, which is pretty far out, which is one of the reasons why you can see here on the option chain on Tasty Trade, it's saying February 19th right here. My put spread is inside of here. Now I sold a put spread in a weekly. You can see with a W for weeklies. Normally I do monthlies. Nvidia is liquid. So you can do, see, got 5,000, almost 6,000 options on this strike right here. And you see thousands of contracts over here. So you can trade the weeklies in Nvidia. The bid ask spreads are pretty, they're pretty wide, but you can navigate these if you familiar with options. Start at the price you want to get filled at and then penny down. Penny, go a penny at a time, and then move it like that. Try to work the trade. And so we're gonna see what we get. We're gonna see if Nvidia continues to go higher Monday. If it goes here, takes this high out, I could see it getting up here to right around 149 next week. What's the expected move for next week? Nvidia got an expected move of 646. That's gonna put you right at 150, and that's gonna put you right around the last this level up here for my Fibonacci extension. So I expect us to maybe Monday to continue higher. And I just went over, a few stocks and how I identify trades. Like I look over here, look and see which direction the SPX is going in. Once I identify that, or paying attention to the futures, then I'll come over and then I'll find, go pull up the S&P 500, put them in order, ranking them from and let's say it was a down day, I probably would change it and look at everything that was going down, right? I'm just looking at the S&P 100, which are the top 100, right? Now let's go one last thing. I have a viewer, um, I have one subscriber. He always comment and stuff like that. So I do want to. He said he was looking at Groupon, and I like the setup in Groupon. Um, you can see we in like a little bit of a range in Groupon right here. So you can see we had our low down here, right? Made a high, and we've been making higher highs, breaking out of these ranges, pull back into here, right? And then we could see that we're forming something almost like a triangle. I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's do something like we'll come here, something like so. I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna remove these extensions and stuff off. I can always come back and put them on, but just so you guys can see me drawing trend lines and show you what I'm talking about. And you actually can draw this trend line all the way from here. Look at this. See that? And then we had divergence down here at the MACD. So you can see I liked on the daily, I would stay around the wicks. I go through wicks and try not to go out through the bodies. And then you got something like so. So you see that? Now let's see what happens. It goes sideways, and let's see if we get a big move out of here. We should get a dart to the upside. Now it's possible to come down here and shoot to the bottom, right? There's no guarantees, but I do see the pattern here, and I do see um, my exponential moving averages coming together, which lets me know. And then I see a pattern on the chart, a candlestick pattern, which lets me know that we're in a range and we'll get a breakout either way. And we should get a big move out of Groupon. Now, I don't know as far as if you're asking me the fundamentals on the stock, I have no idea. I don't really pay attention to fundamentals. Either it's liquid, like if I'm looking at this and I see the pattern and I see a setup, next thing I do now on the Tasty Trade platform, I could click on overview and you can see where it says I'm gonna move this out. You see where it says liquidity? It got 3 stars. So it lets me know 3 out of 4 stars is pretty liquid. So I can trade it. That's all I care about. Then I can come to the option chain. It has weeklies. Then if I come to the monthly, now the options, it's not too bad. Excuse me. Now the market is closed. So if we got 10 cent wide options here, more than likely when the market opens up, these will tighten up. But that's not bad. I can navigate 10 cent. It's probably going to tighten up when the market opens and be right around 5 cent. Right now, just looking at this is a put candidate, selling a put. I'd probably sell something like the 10, sell this 12 right here. Get a little bang for my buck. Take in 115 in credit. Buying power is like 536 and see what happens. So that's my analysis on Groupon. Hey guys, if you got something out of this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what stocks you're looking at. And that's it, guys. Peace.